Let's talk about AI and your job. I mean, it's a topic that's got everyone buzzing, right? There's a ton of excitement, but let's be real, there's also a lot of anxiety. You hear about AI replacing jobs, and you can't help but wonder, am I next on the list? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into today.
Okay, so let's just rip the band-aid off and start with the numbers that are making everyone nervous. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, they're saying AI could hit up to 40% of jobs across the globe. And get this, if you're in a more developed country, that number could shoot up to 60%. 60. When you see a number like that, yeah, the concern is totally justified. It feels like it's confirming all our biggest fears. But hang on a second. Is that really the whole picture? Is this just a story about jobs vanishing into thin air? Or is there something bigger, something way more interesting happening right under our noses?
Well, here's the reality check. While yes, some jobs are absolutely going to change, the data also shows a much more optimistic side. A big study from McKinsey, for instance, actually predicts that AI is going to end up creating more jobs than it gets rid of. So the key takeaway here isn't that work is ending. It's that work is going through a massive, massive transformation.
So think of this less like a job extinction event and more like the Great Reshuffle. The future isn't about people fighting against machines. It's about a brand new kind of workforce where human creativity and judgment work hand in hand with machine intelligence. So what does this new crew actually look like? All right, let's meet this new workforce. We'll start on the technical frontier. These are the roles for the people who are actually building, guiding, and, keeping these AI systems on the right track. First up, the prompt engineer. You've probably heard this job title floating around. These folks are basically AI whisperers. They've mastered the art of talking to AI. They write these super precise instructions, the prompts, to get models like ChatGPT or Gemini to give you exactly what you need. It's this cool blend of logic, language, and a little bit of creative magic. Honestly, they're the bridge between what we want the AI to do and what it actually does. And then you've got the AI trainer. These are literally the teachers for the machines. Their job is to help AI models get better at communicating like humans, to understand sarcasm, context, all the subtle stuff. So every time you chat with a bot that's actually helpful and doesn't sound like a robot from the 80s, you can thank an AI trainer for that. Now, this next one is so, so important, the AI auditor. Think about it. As AI gets woven into everything from bank loans to medical diagnoses, we need a referee. We need someone making sure these systems are fair, safe, and not breaking any rules. AI auditors are that quality control, digging through the systems to find hidden biases or security holes, making sure this powerful tech is used for good. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds super technical. I'm not a coder. But here's the most exciting part. A huge wave of new AI jobs doesn't require you to write a single line of code. Because even though AI is built on algorithms, it's human insight that makes it work in the real world. Just look at these roles. AI product manager, AI ethicist, AI marketing specialist. These jobs aren't about building the models. They're about giving them a purpose. It's about strategy, communication, ethics, and storytelling. Your skills in business or the humanities, they are more valuable than ever. They're your ticket into this new world. And let's just double-click on one of these for a second, the AI ethicist. This role is basically the conscience of the entire industry. You might remember that Microsoft chatbot, Tay, that went completely off the rails a few years back. Well, an AI ethicist's job is to make sure disasters like that don't happen. They guide development to make sure AI reflects our best values, not our worst. Okay, so we've seen the jobs, but what do you actually need to know to get one? The conversation is shifting away from just job titles and more towards the skills, the toolkit you'll need to succeed. And if you want proof of how serious this is, just look at this graph. It shows the number of academic papers being published about reskilling and upskilling. See that curve? It's practically a vertical line starting around 2021. That's not a coincidence. That's the moment generative AI exploded onto the scene, and it shows this global scramble to figure out how we adapt. So what are companies putting in their job ads right now? Well, after looking at thousands of listings, a clear picture emerges. No surprise, Python is at the top. It's the language of AI. Then you see skills for handling massive amounts of data, like SQL, and frameworks for building the AI models themselves, like TensorFlow. And tools like Kubernetes show that it's not just about building a model, you have to deploy it out in the world. This is the technical foundation. And if you're wondering where the big money is, it's in performance and scale.
C++ for super high-speed computing, and tools like CloudFormation and Kafka for managing these huge, complex systems in the cloud, these can pull in salaries north of $160,000. It just goes to show how much value there is in making AI work reliably for millions of people.
But here's the kicker. The tech skills are only one side of the coin. While knowing the technical stuff is great, it's the uniquely human skills that are becoming the real differentiator. As AI gets better at the routine stuff, our ability to be creative, to think critically, to lead with empathy, that's our superpower. The people who are going to win in the future are the ones who master both sides of this chart.
Okay, so with all that in mind, how do you actually do it? How do you start future-proofing your own career and building a personal roadmap for this new world? Let's break it down into some simple, actionable steps.
Here's a pretty straightforward 4-step plan. First, you've got to become a lifelong learner. Things are moving so fast, you just have to stay curious. Second, actively work on those human skills, creativity, critical thinking, all that good stuff. Third, and this is a big one, just play with the tools. Get your hands dirty with ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. Figure out what they're good at and where they fall flat. And finally, connect with people. Talk to folks in the industry and keep up with the news.
Because here's what's changed. Employers in 2025 and beyond, they aren't just looking for AI buzzwords on your resume. They are hiring for impact. They want to see that you can take these amazing tools and actually use them to solve a real problem for their business, whether that's in marketing, operations, or anywhere else.
And really, it all boils down to a fundamental shift in how we think about this technology. I love this quote from Kieran Gilmurray. The future isn't about us versus the machines, it's about collaboration. The people who will truly excel are the ones who learn to see AI as a partner, a tool that makes them smarter, faster, and more creative.
So, I guess the only question left is the one for you to answer. Are you ready to embrace this future? Because the Great Reshuffle is happening right now. These new jobs are being created as we speak, and the chance to partner up with this technology is right here waiting for you. The time to get ready was yesterday, but the next best time is right now.